How's it going, people, and welcome back to the Jumper Punch. It's been an eventful day in the Carlton. There was an intra-club match. There was some devastating news that came out. There's some more news after the intra-club match. But before we get into that, hi all. Hi everybody. Hi to everybody in the chat that's in here right now. Hi to everybody that's going to be watching this later. Make sure you smack that like button. Let's get it going. Share it around. Want to have a bit of a reaction video as well. Want to try something a bit different tonight. Always wanted to do this, even if it wasn't footy content, but we're going to do it with Carlton tonight. So I think there might be a little bit of an interesting summer sessions to come, as you would have seen. Is it VOSSY'S new blueprint? So yeah, we'll get into that shortly as well. Everybody in the chat, how you going? I see Y2 Jericho's. How you going, mate? Stuart McQuaid, how you going? A Jumper Punch lover. Carlton Flaggers, how you going, brother? What else have we got in the chat? Lana, good day. How are you? John, apparently there's a bit of WWE chat going on in there as well. So, it's an eventful day. Some good news. There's some unfortunate news, bad news. I don't know, there's some more unfortunate news as well. Just getting some stuff in as well. So, wild. Again, thank you to everybody that's subbed up as well. We're currently sitting at, as you can see, top right-hand corner, 3.66K in the building. Let's try and get that up to 5,000, maybe before the end of the year, halfway through the year. I don't know. The Scotty Tompkins, think you're dropping frames, bruv. Are we? There might be a bit going on in the background. We'll have a geese. Thank you for letting me know that as well. You know what? I'll quit that. Yeah, let's see if that works. Let me know if that works, Scotty, and we'll get into it. I mean, Jesus. When is there never bad news? Yeah, could be YouTube, just a heads up. No, it's probably my computer, just probably dropping frames. So we'll get that sorted. And if not, well then, what can I do? Again, make sure you smack the like button, share it around. New trialing something new. Where's the Japanese Gengars? Come on, bad news, Barrett. WWE references everywhere. So I reckon we get into some unfortunate news, to be honest. Hate seeing this. Let's get across here. So we've seen Carlton champion, obviously Peter Dean, as you can see in the back. Got a match worn top from the old man, Peter Dean. Mate, what is going on in this world? What is going on in this world? Seriously, 17-year-old. Peter Dean, as we can see that if you haven't seen it, I'll read it quickly. He allegedly saw two people attempting to break into a car and decided to speak to him. After a brief conversation, he reportedly left the scene. However, he was then followed and allegedly attacked. He was found unconscious on Smollett Street with bad injuries to his head and face. Following inquiries by detectives from Murray River Police District, police arrested a 17-year-old male. A police spokesman said he was taken to Albury Police Station. The young person will be dealt with under the Young Offenders Act. So he'll probably get a slap on the wrist. As we all know, this is all, I don't know, I hope not. Obviously, Dean, Premiership player, two-time Premiership player. Panthers president Peter Barwick said the players were devastated by the news. So the players that he coaches down at the Panthers, Albury Panthers, I think it is. It's just devastating that it could happen. It can happen to anybody. Good Samaritan. I mean, do you be a good Samaritan nowadays anymore? I don't know what you do. It's just crazy. We told the players last night what had happened and they were just devastated. So prayers out to the Dean family. Obviously Harry as well. He'd be affected by this. Can really shake you up as a kid. I mean, this never happened to me, so I don't know what state he's in, what the family's in, but just sending a lot of love, sending a lot of prayers out to him. What happened? Sorry, late to the stream. So Peter Dean got attacked by one kid, or it might have been two kids that were entering breaking and entering into cars. He approached them, and then walking back, they followed him, and yeah, they attacked him. Pretty brutal injuries as well. Apparently, he's got might have a fractured skull. I did hear that on SEN before. So yeah, mate, the perpetrators need to be dealt with seriously. And yeah, it's just like, you're just trying to be a good Samaritan, aren't you? And you just got these juveniles and delinquents, just idiots. And will they get a slap on the wrist? Will the full law, come down on them? I hope so. Not just because it's Peter Dean. This can happen to anybody. We've seen it over the recent attacks. And I'm not going to get political about it or anything. But yeah. And yeah, Lana Owens, our current day society is totally fucked. I agree. So yeah. Yeah, cowards. Yeah, it's distressing for the family as well. So yeah, hopefully, he recovers well. He's in hospital at the moment. And yeah, we'll switch up gears. Apparently, Mick Agresta as well has been given the arse or told to leave. Very interesting. Now, I'm not too sure if there's anything out there, but I have got confirmation that, so he is gone. Yeah, Blues to play. There it is. So, I don't have the Herald Sun. Mad. This is always... Anybody got a thing so we can go straight in? Will he be able to see Harry debut? I'm not too sure. So, yeah, it's pretty unfortunate, to be honest. Shit house. Absolutely shit house. So... I hope he's all right for everybody's sake. What a bloke he is too. Just a quiet individual, goes about it. You would have seen the interview that he did with Rocco and Vince as well on here as well. He's a top bloke. I mean, who isn't? But this bloke genuinely just a top-line human being. So, yeah, again, prayers out to the Dean family and recover well, Peter. Sending lots of love. Omar says, Paolo got any more info on Gov? Haven't seen or heard anything. Nah, but there's details emerging. So I'll keep you up to date with that as well. So, yeah. Gresta gone. He's been given the arse. As I said, there's going to be a lot more purging going on, maybe throughout the year and before the end of the year as well. So, yeah. I reckon let's get right into it because this is what we're here for. A reaction to Michael Voss, his summer sessions. This is the last one. I think Christian Filippo's been doing a great job with the boys at Icon Park or at Carlton. So, yeah, let's switch up gears. Hopefully this is what we want to hear. I don't know. Maybe there's going to be a bit of lip service. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Summer is in session at Icon Park. Welcome back to the Season 4 finale of Summer Sessions, a Carlton Media pre-season podcast, and we thought we'd finish off with a bang. We had Patrick Cripps to end 2025, and for the second time in Summer Sessions history, we've got the coach joining the show.
Hopefully Carlton don't flag this as well,
oval
like they always do.
Vossy, welcome back to the Carlton Media Studios, and welcome back to Summer Sessions.
Has this only been the second time?
I mean, we've had about 25 chats since you got here, but It's 2 podcasts.
And just before, I haven't watched this yet. I saw like a little 30-second snippet that I put up on the Jumper Punch Instagram. So I haven't watched anything of this. So this is all raw to me, all fresh. So I'm going to be reacting fresh. So, yeah, just a disclaimer. So I can't wait. I can't wait to hear because usually this is... you're going to get a live reaction out of me.
Start 2 podcasts.
And Carlton, don't block it. Don't block it. Don't block it. Don't be a bunch of twits, okay?
Yes.
So I wasn't aware it was only the second time. So there you go. Well, it would have been more than that.
Is that a bad thing or is that a good thing?
No,
that's okay.
Mate, whatever you want to make it.
I mean, you came back, so that's got to be a good sign.
I'm back. Yes.
Well, you know that the
he's
first
still there.
Doesn't change and hasn't changed, but I want to know if your answer's changed.
Okay.
Go to karaoke song.
Oh, good question. American Pie.
Yep.
Why does it always start off with is this an icebreaker question for them? Like every time? Like, come on, man. Karaoke song. All right, it's a running theme, I guess, in these summer sessions.
I thought you were going to ask me about whether I put pineapple still on my pizza, but I wasn't sure. That seems to be also a go-to. But
Well, you said that, and then I've
Pineapple, yes or no in the chat. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no in the chat. Now, as an Italian, I have to put my hands up, and I must say I do love a Hawaiian pizza. So don't kill me. And I know people are going to go, you're not a real Italian, but oi, pineapple on pizza, on a dirty westernized pizza, it goes down a treat. So yeah, AI copyright it. Yeah, well then I'll have to uncopyright it. I'm going to go to Carlton myself and tell them, hey, this is some good content. We're reacting.
Never asked it again.
Reaction
I was ashamed
content.
of you, but
Bit of
you
yeses.
said American Pie last time, so that's consistency.
Yeah, well, that's my favourite probably song of all time. So,
But we do have video evidence relatively recently to suggest that you don't mind walking 500 miles and 500 more.
oh, that's true. Yes, that's a mate of mine made the brave move of getting up the front when nobody else was there.
Yep.
So I thought I would
Help.
champion a friend
Yep.
and give him the confidence and belief in himself that in fact he knew what he was doing.
And then someone filmed you, of course.
And so I needed to be the second
Who's the mate? Drop the name, cuz. Who's the mate?
crazy person to be
Yep.
able to stand up to acknowledge the effort that he went to.
Yep.
And I'd say it was quite successful. I would have thought that there was a few people that started to join him on the dance floor.
Perfect.
And so the outcome was achieved.
Job done.
Job done. So
And we in pre-season, it's all about, role compliance, getting your job done, and that's what you did.
I backed up a mate. I was
Yeah.
there for him, even at my own expense of being in social media. I backed him up and went in 100%, as I always do.
I'm sure you weren't surprised that the clip then appeared on social media relatively quickly
I
afterwards.
was sort of surprised about that. But I
were you in
I was
Adelaide?
also reminded very quickly through my kids, of course,
Yeah.
because they quickly forwarded me on because I don't follow socials. But that doesn't mean
Other than the Carlton attack, yeah.
Other than
That's cap. Surely you go across socials. Maybe it doesn't, but I reckon that's cap. You can't escape it. You can try to escape it, but 100%. Come on, Vossy. Yeah, I'll put the cap on him. That's cap, brother.
CFC.
Yeah.
But other than CFC,
Yeah.
I will quickly get reminded from my kids if I do anything that might in some way embarrass them.
Yeah.
And I think they went close to that, which is why they just
He's a
forwarded that to me
boomer.
to ensure that I did nothing else.
No more.
No more.
Fair
No
enough.
more. But I had tyranny distance. That was in South Australia, so it wasn't effectively in
Tyranny
Melbourne. So we weren't in the
distance.
same postcode, so I felt like it was actually okay
Play on.
to play on. Yes.
Wasn't play on.
No.
Well, it's pre-season now. Well, very close to the end of pre-season. Games are approaching. How are you, Coach?
Good.
Yeah.
Haven't lost a game. Feeling fantastic through February.
Yeah. Undefeated is always nice.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
So no, look, really good. It's been a lot to achieve in a short period of time. The task at the start looked quite enormous when you sort of look at the faces alone. And different to when I first arrived, because effectively when I first arrived, players were pretty stable. Coaches changed a bit, clearly, but then everyone else was relatively the same, whereas now we've had new coaches, there's players, new player cohort that's...
Yeah, we had a bit of a shake-up, haven't we, Vossy? You've had a bit of a shake-up too. This is the actual shake-up now into 2026. Remember that line. Remember that line and remember those words, my friend. Might keep you on your toes. 100% he's on his toes this year.
Stepped in. We've had some change amongst some of the back office staff, and so putting that all together and trying to put a program together in a very timely and efficient fashion has been challenging, but somehow we've managed to be able to execute it pretty good.
When you consider all of that, general thoughts, feelings, and emotions leading into the 2026 season.
No, really positive. Look, the first thing we needed to shift was the energy. That's the first thing we needed to shift. So the high priority for us, I mean, you heard me speak at the best and fairest. We can either suffer in our disappointment, or we can sort of move past that and start to provide some new energy. So everything has been about shifting that energy. Everything's about being able to...
What energy? What energy? What are we talking about? What energy? Are we taking some energy from Kerno, DeConning, Silvani? Okay, energy. Well, how bad was the energy last year? It must have been horrible. Why don't you try and recapture the 2024 energy? I mean, that was pretty good up until, the last 5 rounds. But energy, I love the word. It's the buzzword at the moment, the energy. It's always about the energy. Good Energies. What is that bloke? Good Football Energies. Where's he gone?
Probably open the doors and get more feedback from our players. Create more ownership in the way that we were doing things. The lawn camp was a very, very important.
Another camp. The lawn camp. It was the Kerno camp. And now it's the lawn camp.
Milestone in our pre-season to almost felt like we were at camp, like coming together for the first time, and didn't know some people who's in the zoo, but being down the lawn, small community, that was just a great week. We had a great week, great night. On the last night,
singing
that was a
Kumbaya.
chance to really sort of bring us all together and sort of start to define the path of what pre-season needed to look like and where we were going. Players have been 100% invested in that whole process. So when you come at the back of pre-season, there's clearly the energy needs to change, but we also need to put in a game style that we can execute, and so we feel like we've been able to
The game style. Here we go. This is where we're 5 minutes in.
do both.
Again,
Yeah.
here we
You
go.
can take us back to November to now. How have you viewed pre-season on the track?
Look, look. You can come into start of pre-seasons and with an element of freshness. Some parts can be a little bit clunky. It's like where do things go, and what time do we do things, and maybe a drill's not quite running exactly how you want it to. You envisage it to look something else. Maybe there's a lack of coordination that you have between coaches about understanding who was taking what. We've had none of that. So that's a credit to our people and the organisation of our people, the professionalism of them, and also.
Is this about maybe Graham Wright? Maybe Chris Davies? I don't know. Read between the lines. Professionalism. Again, I'm a massive advocate for this Chris Davies appointment as well. I know he didn't win a premiership at... he's not going to win one, but under his reign or in that committee, they didn't win a premiership, but he got him close a fair few times, I don't know, maybe it's a bit of shots of Brad Lloyd. The carpet snake.
So just the time we've spent to be able to try and get on the same page with one another. So certainly understand that we are by no means the finished product. We get that. But in terms of the ground we've covered, I'm pretty pleased with where we're at right now.
You mentioned, I guess, a shift in energy and a positive energy. A ball hasn't been bounced or kicked or thrown up in anger just yet, but there's already talk about you and your 2026 and what it could represent for you, mate. How are you dealing with all that?
Ask him the tough questions. Ask him the tough questions.
Yeah.
So I just sort of like, so to be honest with you, outside of sort of other people talking about it, it's never occupies something in my thoughts. Feel like I'm invested in what we need to be able to do here, being really busy bringing a coaching group together, getting a program together, looking at the way we want to play, making sure the players have, total buy-in on that and ownership in on that. So my eyes never really deviate off that, to be fair.
Yeah. What did 2020?
Interesting. Well, it should never deviate off it, should it? Buy-in? Okay. Maybe there's some players that weren't bought in last year, as we could clearly see out on the pitch. There was a fair few players that didn't buy in, i.e. Kerno, probably injured, i.e. DeConning, Tom DeCon to St Kilda, out of $2 million a year, whatever the hell he's on.
25 teach you.
Chasing excellence, you got to enjoy the journey along the way.
It's all about the journey,
and maybe because of the
It's always
expectations
about
we
the
did have
journey.
of the year, we didn't enable that as much as what we could have, but certainly encouraged this year and have a curiosity, a possibility about the way things could unfold. We can't really sit here and define exactly what that's going to look like, but be okay with that. That'll take care of itself. But right now, as we're sort of establishing ourselves and we're sort of opening ourselves to new ideas, then we actually have to open ourselves up to, not putting too much limits on where we might finish or, what we might do throughout 2000.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched the whole thing yet, and we're like a third of the way through, but I don't know. No, okay, no limits meaning we could probably finish high or we could probably finish low, right? I don't know.
2026. That's not kicking expectations down the road. It's just making sure you're totally present to where you are and loving turning up every single day and working with the people we are and also getting better. So there's been a heavy emphasis on that.
You've touched on your best and fairest.
So there's been a heavy emphasis of being okay, or maybe I'm misreading what he's saying. Just being okay, coming in. I mean, I want to hear him say, there's elite levels. We want to keep those standards high, or we want to raise the bar. Not keep. We want to go further than what we were last year. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. He started off okay, and then he just fell away. I don't know. I want him to come out and say we want to raise the standards from last year. The standards weren't good enough, but we'll let it play out. Keep going. I don't want to
Speech already.
butt in too early.
Was that you mentioned that you let the Carlton supporters down, and that was a heavy weight to bear, I guess. Take us inside those moments, and I guess how you're using that leading into 2026 for both yourself and the playing group.
Well, I'm always trying to get better. So, if we just, park players and the whole environment as a coach, I've got great pride in what I do, and I've got high expectations on what I want to be as well. And the reality is that my fundamental job is to create an environment that enables people to be at their best. And when the dust settles and you sort of start sifting through the remains of what the year is, I always believe that as a leader, you start with yourself and where you need to reflect and where you need to change and get better before you start pushing out at anywhere else. So that's the leadership of.
Yeah, I agree with him on that. I actually agree with him on that. I think you need to get yourself better before. Get yourself up to a certain standard before you start projecting your own thoughts onto people. I mean, if you're, I don't know, no good at your job, or I don't know, not no good, but your standards are dipping, and then you're telling people to go do something that you don't do. I don't know. I just don't think you can portray a message. And that's like everybody, I guess. You try to make yourself better every day when you wake up. Try and do something different that you didn't do the previous day, or not to get stuck in a loop. I try to. I've tried to think like that. But yeah, am I going as well as that? Probably not. But, you can always find the little things. And I guess that's what he's trying to say. He's trying to find the little things, get better there as well. So, and again, I'll... Tatum's tantrum. See, Mars, I was happy with what he said. You're never going to make everybody happy. It's not about, I don't know. I just think you're 5 years in now, and it's doomsday for him. It's not, you're at the start of your tenure with this group and it's a fresh look, feel, honeymoon period. We're out of the honeymoon period now. And this is what I come to, is that you're 5 years in now. We've seen what it is, but it's now how does he get better? And with that line, maybe he does make himself better this year. Maybe he needs people around him, as what people have said. So, yeah.
Been privileged enough to be able
and again, I mean, are these questions, they not pre-answered, but if you pre-asked a question and come up with the thoughts already as to what to say? I'd hope not. I think this is pretty organic. But yeah, hey, some things you're going to agree on, some things you're not. It's just, then this is why I'm doing it,
To be given, and that's the way I'll always look at it. And then about setting the direction. It's like, well, as we absorb that and we start to learn exactly where we fell short, you start to put the lessons in place, and you start to rectify what some of those things needed to be. I spoke about one of them. So there's been some players that have obviously clearly spent a bit of time on the CFC website that have added some energy to us. That seem to be getting still continual presence. But, it has lifted the mood of the place, and it's lifted the locker room energy, and they've got high hopes on what they can do and how we can play as a team. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that unfolds. 2
words that you coined in that speech, and even a bit before that, in the back end of last year, were for Carlton. You said that in your press conferences to close out the season. Tangibly, what does that look like on a day-to-day basis?
Well, like for me, that sits in the background what your purpose is, but having a purpose-based identity rather than performance-based identity effectively, and that when we come into this club, we have a greater reason why we are here. And so at the real heart of that is that the monogram on the front is our club. The number on the back might have your name and your family, but we are here first for fundamentally what is on the front. So that real team first mindset, that was really front of mind for me. And then I guess as we engage with our supporters and our and our members, and as we engage how we want to energise our stadium.
Nah, Christian is good. He's alright. He's good. I mean, like you can only say what they give you as well. He's probably given the content, probably given the questions to ask as well. So again, it's controlled. This is controlled media as well. So by Carlton, yeah, they might ask some heart. It's in-house. Yeah, you're gonna get some lip service here. Yeah, but he should have grabbed it. He should have grabbed it. He should have grabbed the Guernsey, brother. Why don't you grab it? It's all about the monogram here. He would have seen it before he walked in. Just grab it. It's all about this. But I guess that's me and talking after. He's fully invested in answering the question. But yeah.
And we also can't forget that there's a next generation there that is, that is aspirational. And I spoke about this during the year around doing things for that 12-year-old. When you look across the fence and you see jumper number 9 and jumper number 7, and they've got those aspirations. That young kid's got that aspiration to want to wear the navy blue jumper, and
obviously, like, it's not about the number on the back and the family name, i.e. Jack Silvani, right? Cheeky little shot, maybe. And if it is, oh well, it's a parting gift, isn't it? It's a parting jab. Clip between the ears. Sometimes you got to clip them between the ears when they're there. But obviously he's left now. Good on the Silvani family for what they've done. Serge, Stephen, in their playing careers. I got nothing bad to say about it. But just the way it's all ended, obviously with Stephen and Jack, I don't know if there's any animosity there. Maybe there is. I don't know. We're not in the four walls unless you get given some info. You don't know. So again, is it a parting shot? Maybe, yeah. Is it a clip between... And maybe it's a thing towards all the players right now, is that it's not about the number on the back and it's not about the name on the back as well. Obviously, there's no name on it. There used to be names on the back if you go back and watch. I think it was like 2013 or 2012. But, yeah, it's about that Guernsey that's next to his right knee and that monogram. So it's all about the CFC monogram. And we all know that as fans. That's why we all go and watch. Because of Carlton, not because of one player.
We get to model that. So how do we want to model that, and what do they look up to doing? So there were a couple of things that were in mind, and then all those little magic moments that we can't miss. We just got to pay attention to them, because where that's our privilege of being able to play in Good Friday clash, where it's an Anzac Day clash that we get to play in, whether it's Carlton versus Collingwood on the biggest stage. We just don't just walk past the moments. You got to celebrate them. Take a moment.
Oh, this is what I said last year. We're just a moments football team and a moments football club. Oh, and he's just reiterated on the point. Oh my God, bro. Hi, James. Okay, yeah, we enjoy the moments. Yeah, obviously your players are going to enjoy the moments, but we are a moments-based football team. Like Pitane when he torped the goal, it's like the best thing that happened all year. It's just moments and moments. It's always about moments, not about the season. You know what I mean? But again, let's get it.
If you lose, lick your wounds, go again. If you win, celebrate it, and sort of put the flag in the ground as another point of reference for you that you're building your own story. So that was a really big piece within the Best and Fairest speech, was around our purpose, the meaning, something greater than ourselves, and we've just got to remind ourselves through hard times. That's what this is all about.
It's a 162-year story of the...
What's hard? Go out there and express yourself. Maybe don't play a so regimented game style. I don't know. So systematic based and robotic. Go out there and express yourself. And the moments will become, season moments where, you get on that run again, or, you're looking for those, you're on cloud 9. Like, why are we... Fucking moments. It's always about the moments.
Carlton Football Club to date, but does it feel like a little bit like a new club over this off-season, or a new team at least?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, certainly around the around downstairs, there's a lot of new faces, so lots of new conversations.
Oh, yeah.
I've really sort of enjoyed that, because one of the things I've had to really stay open to is just being curious to all those thoughts about the way people do things, and so we've tried to really, I guess, start with a broad base and then start to think about how do we shape that into our philosophy. It's not my philosophy, like I think there's a...
It is your philosophy because you're the coach. You go out, and I said this before, the painter doesn't change the brush strokes. It's like how you write. It's very hard to change the way you write. Yeah? Everybody's got the distinct style of writing. This is your philosophy. This is your game plan. This is the way you want to play football. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. This is your philosophy. And then, others input, but at the end of the day, your philosophy gets put into place on the field and they play the way that you want to play football. And if there's no philosophy, well, then there's people just going everywhere and they got no direction. So, I don't know.
We get mistaken that the coach, it's his philosophy and that's the only way. It's what we do is we spend a lot of time coming together with the players and with coaches and the broader staff and thinking about our philosophy and what do we want to believe in. So it's not my thing, it's our thing.
You started, brother. You start the philosophy.
I find that's how you get your best investment. So
you write the book, and they follow you. They read the book. It is your philosophy. I know. I understand your team, and it's all about team and inclusion and inclusivity and all that. But this is your book, brother. Michael Voss is the coach. This is your philosophy.
So the opportunity was,
I don't know, man.
Yeah, we didn't get what we want, but the opportunity was that we got to, I guess, step back a bit and probably look at what we wanted that base to be and then build it again. So I guess where I'm at it right now, I'm just excited about how we go about executing it. And I said this also in my speech. I'm not so much interested about talking about it. I'm very, very interested on what we do. And action will always be the way forward. Once we get a clear sight on the goal, we get clear on our expectations of one another and the way that we want to play. It is everything to do about how we then execute and do that under the greatest of pressure.
Tell us about the new recruits at the club.
But he's done this at the past 3 best and fairest or 4. I haven't been there, but I've seen the dribbles at the end of it. There's a big puddle, man. There's a big puddle. The puddle, drip, drip, is not a pond anymore. It's becoming a lake. I don't know, man. The philosophy type of rhetoric, the way he said it didn't excite me. I'll tell you what, didn't excite me. But
on and off the field, because there's been quite a few.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yes. Well, I don't think I can go over all of them. So I don't think I can go.
It's a half-hour podcast.
Wait, what was that? Shit. Sorry. I need to go back. I didn't.
At the club, and I mean both on and off the field.
A clear sight on the goal.
Sorry.
We get clear on our expectations of one another and the way that we want to play. It is everything to do about how we then execute and do that under the greatest of pressure.
Tell us about the new recruits at the club, and I mean both on and off the field, because there's been quite a few.
Yeah. Well, yes. Well, I don't think I can go over all of them. So I don't think I can go.
It's a half-hour podcast, so yeah.
But yeah, we'll.
Why does it have to be half hour? Why can't it be an hour? Why can't it be 2 hours?
We'll start with the playing group. They've just added some different type person. Probably fair to say some of the extroverts, if you want to call them that.
Needed to.
Do you have some in particular that in
No,
mind?
well, I think one that gets left behind a bit is Slim Reedy, to be honest with you. Like he sort of got the chest out and he's
I'm claiming him.
160 in the bench press and
I'm claiming Reedy, brother. I'm claiming
sort of
him.
impressing everyone.
Claiming him
Everyone's
this
trying
year.
to chase him
He's a
and no one can
big
catch
boy.
him.
Yeah.
And,
Can you catch him?
No.
Okay,
no,
just want to put that on record.
I'm failing that at the moment. But doesn't mean you can't have something to chase, right? Even at my age.
Chasing excellence.
I don't care. I'll still chase him. But I don't know whether I'll catch him. But yeah, so just with that, and then the boys that are obviously joined us that have been well spoken about. They've a lot of boys have spoken about them, so they've added some real energy to us. And obviously with the coaching group, it's it's felt everyone's sitting in a new seat, so. There's no one that's sitting there that had their, whatever portfolio they had last year, they're doing the same portfolio. It's completely different. So with that, you have to have some patience and a hell of a lot of conversations to ensure that you're on the same page. But there's a couple of characters amongst those two guys. You might be able to get a couple of them, and there's maybe you might be able to get on these summer. Well, actually, is this the last one? Is it?
Well, we had Will last week,
Right, okay.
2 weeks ago, but yeah, this is the last one. But
Yeah.
there'll be many.
Vossy wasn't paying attention at the start. He said this is the last one for the summer, and it's called Summer Sessions, brother.
Chats throughout the year, I'm sure, on
many
Carlton Media
chats throughout
channels.
the year.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can get a couple of coaches on there just to be able to loosen the hips a little bit, loosen the shoulders a little bit, and see if they can open up with a few gags.
Well, I want to get philosophical with you.
Oh, here we go.
You mean philosophical or serious? No.
Philosophical.
Right. Okay.
Can you miss something you never had? Because I think Carlton fans missed Jagger Smith last year.
Oh, God.
Because when you talk,
Oh, God. The sugar. Here we go. Here we go. Ah, how do you know this one was going to get asked? Here we go. Let me hear it. Let me hear it, brother. Let me hear the spew.
talk about new recruits. Yeah. He's one that we're going to go into some fan questions later, and I have to mention him here because there were so many about him. So I'm just going to blanket them all into one.
Yeah.
And he's such a humble young kid, one of the more humble ones you'll meet anywhere in footy. But how's he approaching February for what is his second season, but effectively his first in the AFL?
I'll be vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
I only cried twice last year.
Okay.
When Jagger did his ACL,
Yep.
and then Harry did his ACL. They're the only times I actually cried last year. So
He cried because he knew he was hanging on by a thread at the start of the year. He knew.
a little tear in my eye, but no, we're very excited by what he's been able to do, and there's a lot of chatter around it. But look, he hasn't played a game, which is just quite extraordinary, really. But I think also what we do as coaches is we see a lot of evidence throughout pre-season about what he can do and what he can't do, and the reality is he moves in a different way that everybody else does.
I love that line. There we go. There is the Krispy Kreme donut, original glazed donut. He moves in a different way. I love it. I love it. That'll get all the Carlton fans excited. He moves in a different way. Obviously, he's got the moves like Jagger, huh?
And
Cheeky.
so that's exciting to us because it's different to what we have.
Yeah, because the whole midfield is the same, brother. They're all the same. They all play the same way, of course. Of course. Please tell me you likens him to Nick Dacos as well.
He's probably impressive in the most around. He is really competitive. He's laser focused in on how he wants to play and what sort of type of footballer he wants to be. And quite naturally, you want to be led by that. So he's certainly, among others, with our 1 to 4 year players, he's been right at the forefront of all that. And despite not playing, he still has a significant say in that. So we're pretty happy for that.
Well, fair income. He's going to look $1 million in that midfield, yeah. And actually, Snail could beat George Hewitt in a race.
He's at our football club, and we'll certainly be very pleased if he's walking away with 250 games under his belt. That's for sure.
Well, like a new recruit is a classic pre-season cliche.
Yeah.
Oi, Vossy, you got money on him for NAB Rising Star? You taking the 4s? 100% he took the 4s. He got a family member to put it on. Got 1,000 on there, that 4s.
And that goes with,
I know one. What's his name? Shaq. He's got some money on him.
who's there for more midfield time, who's
Yeah,
flying,
right, okay.
who's moving positions, all of that
Yeah.
stuff. So, Vossy, the floor's yours for all the pre-season cliches you want to get out now.
Oh, okay.
I would have said, where's your square pegs round holes this year? Who's changing positions other than Zach Williams going back to his rightful position?
I can't use. We're just happy to get 4 points. Can we? Everyone's flying.
Yeah.
Best preseason we've ever had.
This will be clipped up out of context, I reckon, as well.
So, there's a few of them, isn't
The
there?
fittest
But
he's
look,
ever
this
been.
is the season to sell hope. That's what it is. It is for every single club.
I hate the word hope. I'm telling you, hope is... There's nothing there then. If I'm hopeful, I'm hoping that we win like 10 games this year. Like, you're not... Don't sell me on hope. If you go listen to the way that Sam Mitchell speaks, and I'm just going on Sam Mitchell because I think I love the way and I reckon he could be a genius of the game, right? Using AI now. If he's using AI, he's using like Gemini, Ultra Mode, this bloke will be using like not even Chat GPT basic. 100% this bloke's using Chat. He doesn't even think of AI for a game plan. It could actually elevate him. To sell hope. Oh my God. Oh my God, brother. To sell hope. No.
You can only measure yourself against yourself though through this period of time, and certainly when you look at pre-seasons, it's stacked up quite well. We still haven't hit the ground playing against anyone at the moment, but certainly happy enough with where we're at.
Oi, low key, when I was at the preseason match sim, the last one, the reserves team nearly beat the ones team. Just saying.
I don't know how any other pre-season cliches outside of that. Like, what's another?
Oh, well, like Zachy obviously mentioned last week that he's moved to the half-back line. So that's one that, move back behind the ball and positional, all that kind of thing.
All those strengths and like all that sort of stuff.
Play to your strengths, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They're all back there somewhere.
What we have tried to do is, that has been at the forefront of our minds is, looking at the strengths of our players and sort of going, well, where are they best? Where do they best suit us based on?
Do you reckon he knows the strength of his players? Like, I'd hope so. I mean, you don't want to give away much here too to the opposition. I mean, there's not much to give away, but we're talking about strengths again. He should have said strengths of new players, but anyway.
What we need. Clearly, it's led a lot by our game style, game model, the way we want to play, but it's also hopefully a bit based off the strengths that we feel like we've got.
Yeah, it's just contested football, isn't it? And long down the line, but I hope that changes. So I'm waiting on that. I'll make my judgment after the match sims against good opposition too.
I think what people can expect, we're going to have a lot more power around the ball, like just not inside but also outside, and that's what I think people can expect from here.
We're going to go from inside to out quicker. Oh, and is George Hewitt not going to be on the end of a chain? And Paddy Cripps, I mean, they're okay kicks. They're good kicks. Then in the AFL, you have to be half decent, right? But are we going to get into our elite ball users? Maybe there might be Sard, Carroll, I don't know, Jagger Smith, Walsh. Are they going to be on the end of chains and delivering the pill?
I very rarely make judgment calls or observations. I just ask questions and then let you do the talking. But I'm gonna be vulnerable.
Right out.
I'm gonna make an observation and you tell me whether it's true or not.
Right out.
In a pretty privileged position that I get to watch training and be around the halls of Icon Park. I feel like the main focus this pre-season has been rediscovering the joy in football. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, probably. More bringing it more. It's and it goes back to that core lesson that I think even if you listen to Cripper, he said exactly the same thing. But when you come in, how do you bring the enjoyment? I don't like using the word fun. I think sort of the fun can be.
You said coaches can be fun though.
Used.
Okay.
Right, but I can certainly buy into the enjoyment.
Yeah.
And along the journey, obviously through humour and training hard and. Because I find enjoyment in the hard stuff, personally.
Yeah.
That might make me sicker than others.
No, it doesn't make you sicker than others, Vossy. I mean, if you don't enjoy the hard stuff, then you're never learning more, are you? And you're just staying at that baseline and never getting yourself better. So I don't think it makes you sicker than others. I go into work with new problems every day and how do I rectify them? How does the outcome? I mean, like there's other people in the chat that they do their own thing. They go to work or they're doing something outside of work, trying to better themselves. So, but there can be excitement in that too. And there could be fun in that. I think there's fun in, all right, everyone that you don't like going to work, but they should enjoy going into the place. Even when it is down, you got to find the moments, as he said, the moments, right? And enjoy the moments. But that's your sugar hit, but what do we do? Where do we go from here? I mean, come on, man. Like, there can be excitement. Why can't there be excitement? Why can't there be fun? If you don't go into work or your work environment and have a little bit of fun, well, then it's just a chore, isn't it? I think it's a chore. And maybe that's what it became last year. It became a chore with a lot of cancers in the club that have now been kicked out, with new faces that have come in, a lot of new faces on and off the field. So I don't know.
I'm not sure, but
Yes.
but I do think there's enjoyment in training hard.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, there should be. There should be. You should be training hard in the preseason. And then in the middle of the year, you're just cleaning skills up. You're just practicing your kicking in that. This is where the hard yards get put in. We know that. Preseason is where they come out and you hit the ground running. That's it, brother. That's it. Brother.
Do, because I think that that's a really core element, how you bring people together. When you can sit, one of the things I miss as a player is when you sit in that circle at the end of the day, you've trained really hard, it's been really hot conditions, you've been pushed to the end, you didn't think you'd get there, you finish the session, you're in that little group that you're actually like stretching together, you're looking across one another, and there's this little silent buzz that sort of sits in the huddle. And that sort of moment of like, hey, we just did something really hard and we actually did that together and we got through it. So I find that is enjoyment, which is not what everyone would actually say. And then, of course, there's the other enjoyment, which is obviously making sure that we can make things light and competitive. And, you know, one thing that males will always enjoy is competing against one another, whether that's ping pong or...
Well, I was going to ask about the ping pong
that's
tournament.
life.
So
Did
isn't
Harry
it?
Dean...
Like, it's alpha mentality. You don't want to be a beta. You want to be alpha. Like, you want to be better. Like Walsh, Jagger Smith, they are all competing. Who's going to be the best midfielder at the end of the year? Brody Kemp, Harry Mackay, who's going to be the best forward? You know, who's going to be the best halfback flanker? This is how you elevate. This is how you raise the standards. I mean, this is how you get incremental gains, not out of yourself, but each other. You have to have competitive nature within there. Obviously, yeah, you want it to be fun, as I said, but you want to be like hungry dogs in there. You want to be hungry dogs. It's a wolf pack mentality down there. That's what I want. I want to see these blokes foaming at the mouth every contest. How do we get better at training? What can we do better? That's what you want to see. You know, when they're scuffling at training and someone lands a blow, good. I want to see more of it. You want to see more of it. You want that competitive edge. As boys, you know, having a brother, you're always bickering. What can you do better? No, I'm better than you. No, you're better than me. I'm better than you at that. How do you get better? This is how you get better. There's just a bunch of betas out there at the moment. I want to see alpha. I want to see men that are men and just go out there and lead by example. All of them can lead by example. Yeah, there's going to be some better leaders than others. But come on, man. And this is what I think in like interviews like this, where he can be himself and you're not talking to reporters. I think he can go the extra level, Vossy, and go, you know, we expect more. We're demanding of each other. You know, this is what we're doing. He's kind of tippy-toeing as well. I don't know. I can think he'd be a bit firmer. You want to leave it all out there. This could be his last year, or he could get longer on his contract. So this is just give me what I want to hear. Maybe you just can't give me what I want to hear. But yeah, like people say, yeah, the competitive nature in Vossy, and we saw it. Yeah, obviously he won 3 flags at Brisbane. What a competitor he was as a footballer. Champion player, Brownlow medalist, captain, premiership team. Like, what more accolades can you have? But again, doesn't always translate to coaching and having a philosophy, as he said. But anyway, we'll keep going.
Carry on a little bit a few weeks ago.
Oh, I'm not aware of that.
I believe he did.
You might have more intel.
I believe he did.
Than
I think he was
me.
representing the defenders and he got very excited in a team meeting that he was...
Well, that would be undefender-like, wouldn't it? Because we don't actually really want to see them enjoying too much, do we? Like,
No,
we just
you want them as grumpy as possible.
Dour, disciplined, competitive.
On the edge, yeah.
On the edge. Like they could lose the next contest.
Yeah.
Like, we need them like that, don't we? We're not
Yeah.
enjoying themselves too much.
So he carried on a bit, is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Is that bordering on fun? That's why you don't...
Too much fun. Too much fun.
Well, when you say rediscovering joy, how much does a new preferred ice cream flavour factor into that?
Oh,
Are you talking about my salted caramel? No.
I am.
You
Yes.
are?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's
because
inside goss. You shouldn't have that.
but I've got it, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
I mean, there's like
So
a million people at the club and they
recent-
see you eat ice
I guess
cream, right?
epiphany that salted caramel clears cookies and cream. Is that correct?
Is this where it all
It's
falls
nudged
downhill?
ahead, yeah.
This is where it all falls downhill, and then we get no more talk about players and inner culture. And,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cookies and Cream has been Baskin Robbins. This is not a familiar brand in Victoria.
Yeah.
But more a familiar brand in Queensland. Cookies and Cream. Like, well, I remember when I had my birthday, my wife bought me What's the biggest one that you can actually buy?
Not enough.
Is that 60 litre? Like 60 litres?
What,
Oh, wow.
Aurora?
Yeah, I bought like Christmas,
Everest.
I got 60 litres of cookies and cream. Like, it's
I know, I used to
unbelievable.
eat that when I was
Finished
like
it in a
150
week.
kilos.
Is that maybe why it's
Still
second?
am.
Because you have had enough?
I think I've OD'd on it, so I do have slightly an obsession on things when I do link into them. So, look, it's not an everyday thing, but I certainly do favour more the salted caramel now than what I do the cookies and cream.
Good on
Well,
you.
welcome to the club. Well done for
Hey,
finally real. Yeah, salted
right.
caramel. Yeah, comfortably.
Beautiful.
There's
Salted
Messina.
caramel's
Well, that
alright,
wouldn't
but
be-
you want to
that wouldn't
like
be
get
normal.
out there,
That's-
man.
We wouldn't be abnormal.
It doesn't matter if it's abnormal, it's correct. And that's the main thing. There's a Messina walking distance from Icon Park.
Don't worry about
Head down
Messina,
there, I
there.
think
Go to
it's-
Peter
I don't
People.
know,
Christian,
Western
man,
Street.
Messina.
And
Don't worry
enjoy.
about Messina. Go
You
Peter
got your phone
People.
on you, or you
No, I don't have my phone.
no accidental phone calls from any of your players?
No. Was I expecting some today?
Or just Lewis Young?
Oh, right. Okay. Was he trying to be...
Oi, all I'm saying, John, I was 155 kilos, 100%. I was. Bro, if you look at my license, bro, I was a beached whale, cuz. Beached whale. And still am. So, yeah.
Cheeky, was he?
Well, that was it twice in 2 days that he accidentally called you? And
Oh, yes. Yeah, no, he did. That was quite humorous, actually, because he was talking about me.
yes.
So I was listening into the phone call because Siri, is that how you say it?
Yep.
Siri was, he has the voice recognition,
Yep.
and he was talking about...
This bloke isn't serious, bloke. He doesn't know what Siri is. You're taking the piss, man. He's acting now. But you're surrounded by these things for the past 15 years. How do you not know what Siri is? You're telling me you don't use any technology. Bro, you know what Siri is. Don't act dumb, bro.
So it called me.
Well, he stole Jordan Boyd's phone and was trying to say, hey.
Bro, doesn't this bloke have like a litter of kids? Doesn't he have like 3 kids or something?
Siri.
Right, that's right.
Called
And
coach.
so, but he did, and then
He said Suri or something, like sewage. Now I'm going to lose
On
it,
his
bro.
own phone.
So the conversation
I hate
started
when he
to-
gets to
so
stupid
I
questions.
normally just hang up in those circumstances, but I
You're
thought I'd just
intrigued.
give it a little bit of a listen
How
just to
long's
make
left?
sure that Lewis was saying the right things,
And he was saying all the right things?
and he was saying the right things. So,
And then the next day he was explaining to his teammates what happened.
and then it rang me.
then he did it again.
Yeah.
I would have
He
thought
could have got himself in a whole lot of trouble.
But he was saying all the right things, so it doesn't matter.
He was saying
Was
all
that
the right
too?
things.
Was that 2-jumper Lewis? I'm not going to go back, but was that about 2-jumper Lewis? Sorry, I missed it. I missed who the player was. He said Lewis, so I'm saying Lewis Young. 2-jumper Lewis.
I know we're strapped for time, so I want to get into some fan questions.
You're not,
'cause they
bro.
were
You
very
can
keen
go
to
for as
find out
long
from
as
the
you
coach of
want.
certain things around pre-season, or not pre-season, because Kai has asked, what's your favourite TV series at the moment?
I'm on Blacklist at the moment, so that's the one I'm
Bro, you're going to be on the blacklist soon, brother.
watching and binging at the moment. So I'd be somewhere in season 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I would
Rewatch
know,
or just
so.
first
No,
time?
no, this is
Okay.
first time watch. So not bad. It's okay. It's kept me going.
It's not the most
No,
endearing review, but it's okay.
no,
Does the
it's-
job.
It does the job.
Yeah.
It's pretty consistent. Don't mind it.
The role player of TV shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liv has
Which
asked,
we give status.
of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Liv's asked who's the coach's pick.
You know what's doing my head in too? Like, it's not centered. Like, the way they're sitting is not centered. Like, who set this up? Like, it's not centered. Get me down to the club. Add something behind the plants, man. Like,
Yeah.
bro, what is
Who
this?
is?
Yep.
Sorry, I'm just now. I'm getting.
Anyone that
I'm getting
I
shitty
nominate
now.
Seems to
Now they're gonna flag it.
cop a bit of a hiding. So, because no one's standing out right now, I'm just going to sort of flatline it. And,
Yeah.
and sort of plead the fifth and not actually.
Bro, you don't live in America. You live
not
in
actually
Australia.
Classic
or
coach's
anything.
answer, that's okay.
Right.
From Joel, and you've kind of touched on this, and I think it's probably by virtue of the personnel that's left and come in, will our brand of footy change this season compared to last season?
Well, I think so. Look, I mean, the capacity there is to certainly do it. And I'll be somewhat reserved, but also quite confident that there'll be a fair bit of difference.
Bro, don't be reserved. Just let it all out. Like, obviously, don't say how we're going to play football, but don't be reserved. Just, I don't know, be excited or something.
In the way that
But he doesn't like excitement, so yeah.
we go about this year. Yeah.
And the natural follow-on from that, from Shannon, is what can we expect from our forward line in 2026?
Here we go. It's going to be more dynamic. We've lost Kerno. Does he even... Oh, actually, I want to let him touch on it. Does he say Kerno's name?
Average about 120 points a game. So
Someone's clipping that again as well.
Yeah, Harry kicking 110 goals.
Yeah.
Harrow kick 50. If that.
Perfect.
Oh, look, I think what you're going to see, you're going to definitely see a more dynamic group. What we hope you see is certainly
Dynamic, I love it. This is the buzzword of Carlton now. There's going to be dynamic. This forward line's going to be dynamic. Bro, dynamic was like in 2011, 2009, when you have like Yaron coming off a half back and floating all the way into a full forward position. Yeah, and then you got Garlett and Betts, brother.
more diverse range of goal kickers.
Diverse. I like that. That's the Paddy Kinnersley talking.
Got guys that can all hit the scoreboard. So that sort of spreads out the responsibility a fair bit. But I hope more than anything that we talk about enjoyment and fun and bringing complete positive energy. I hope.
So now we want to bring fun and enjoyment. This bloke, bro.
They absolutely lead that. And from what I've seen throughout pre-season, they've led that, but it's also created a little bit of edginess amongst the guys because they're just sort of getting into each other a little bit at the moment. I love it. So it's just been great.
Yeah, I love it too. Get the boxing gloves on like pre-season. Let them go at each other. Let's go ham. Let's get them in a Royal Rumble or something. They need to get like Obafembi down there and just like throw them everywhere. Or Brock Lesnar and do German suplexes on them all.
I love this one from Jordan. He said, which player has really improved or stood out with their voice this
Carroll.
season?
With their voice.
Hollands.
Yep.
Oh, God, that's a really good one.
Shout out to Jordan.
I think the guys
Boyd.
that sit off the half-back line are always really important in that. So Ollie Florent's been quite handy at that, being able to see
Oh, he gave it like a little accentuation of Ollie Florent.
the game. Has been really impressive. If I had to name one, I'd say he's probably it at the moment. Yeah.
Will, this is another pre-season cliche, which I forgot to mention. So,
What's his last name? Hayward.
who could be a surprise selection within the first few rounds? Maybe he's picking for a Supercoach or AFL fantasy team. I'm not sure.
He's going to give you like 10 players.
They'll all earn their spot.
Perfect answer. No surprises.
Hey, God, give me something different than that. That's a full cliche. Oh my God, bro.
Because they would have
No
earned it.
surprises because they would have.
Paul, get in here. Make sure like opening round or something on SEN. I want you to ask him the tough questions. You need to ask him.
Yeah.
A follow up on the Sugo as well.
And from Jimmy, I reckon you'll like this one. In 3 words, what does a perfect Carlton game look like?
Tough, powerful, selfless.
Win. Well, that'll happen.
That'll happen.
That'll happen.
Yeah.
Tough, powerful, and selfless. Okay. So tough, contested ball. Powerful, contested ball. Maybe it means with speed, in to out, and selfless. Okay. So more like not Cripps taking on 20 players because he doesn't trust anybody.
Mate, in terms of the season itself, just give us a bit of, convey your excitement for the year ahead because I think this Cripper kind of mentioned it was a tough year
could go
last
anywhere.
year for
Here we go.
everyone associated with Carlton, supporter base included. What makes you excited for 2026?
I'm excited.
Look, I think that the first thing you lean into is complete, the positive energy with the boys.
Energy.
And, the way they've gone about pre-season, I'm just really impressed. I really don't feel like we've wasted a session. Doesn't mean we've got it all right. Doesn't mean we have executed it perfect.
We're never going to get it
but
all right.
The intensity that we've brought to every session has been fantastic. We've spoken about, some things we've needed to change in our game style. I definitely think you'll see that.
Okay.
It hasn't hit any competition yet when it comes to competing against other teams, but we'll pick apart what that looks like to find the best version of ourselves. But what I am looking forward to the most, and I'll never get tired of it, is when you can walk into a packed Carlton home game and you can have in excess of 65,000 people that are in the stand, and we can match their energy. And then we are only elevated by even more energy that's given from our supporters.
Energy.
When that comes together, that's the moment I'm looking for.
Me.
I'm looking for that moment where our boys feed off what our crowd's doing, and likewise the other way around. So I'll be ticking that box right throughout.
Voss, you give us the energy. The way you play football instills the energy in the fans. I want to go to the footy every single week with having confidence in the way that they're going to play. Obviously, it's not going to be the same every week because different teams throw up different matchups, right? So different game styles. Styles make fights, yeah? But you got to energize us. Yeah, we can energize you, and we try and bring it every single week. And obviously, it teeters off towards the end of the year like it did last year, where it was just absolutely putrid and embarrassing, pathetic footy, right? Even though the young kids are out there, and, that's not to denigrate them or anything. It's just the way we play football was abhorrent. So you give us the energy, and we'll give it back. It's a two-way street. You should know that, and you do know that.
The whole year. And I hope that, I don't know how many tickets we get to round 0, but I hope there's many Carlton.
Bro, it's sold out, man. And obviously it only fits like 34,000 at the SCG. You're probably going to hear like 4,000 Carlton fans, if that.
People as possibly can fit in that stadium as we can get, because can't wait for it.
Are you calling Fags and requesting the home rooms next week in Brisbane?
Well, it's called Brighton Homes Arena.
It is, but it's not.
But it's not. So, well, they can have the stadium, and I'll have the grass. So there you go.
Perfect.
So, it's a perfect arrangement. So that's how I'd like it anyway. So it'll be different. I've only been there once, so it'll be different going back out there. But hopefully we can get a little bit of a result just to kick off the year.
See you at Mockforce Oval.
See you then.
I don't know, man. I feel like it was just the same thing again, wasn't it? I feel like it was the same thing again. I'm actually lost for words. Like, getting brought up ice cream. I know, like, don't you want to get a little bit serious? All right. Well, he said there's a few things to take out. He did say you can see something in the game style has changed. Okay, yep. Into out. We're obviously faster now, obviously with Jagger Smith. He cried over Jagger Smith. I didn't, because I've never seen him play before. I know we've seen him play in the Coates League or whatever the hell you want to call it. But you don't know what he said. Christian said, yeah, you don't, in regards to it, you don't know what you're missing, and if you don't have it, or if you don't, something along those lines anyway. I don't know, man. Like, there was nothing about, like, was there anything about, like, standards, or did he just glaze over it? I mean, everybody that's in here, thank you for watching this with me. Riveting stuff. And again, shout out to Christian Filippo. He's done some good stuff, and his hands are tied, yeah? He can only ask what the Carlton media tell him. He is part of the Carlton media, but what Carlton controls as a whole. So, again, shout out to him. Not because I know him or anything. He's not a best mate or a mate or anything. You just know him and an acquaintance. But yeah, it's good stuff. But I don't know. Sometimes you can go a little bit harder. You can go a little bit harder on the questions. Some things I didn't mind from Vossy. I don't know. I just don't feel like he has that hard edge that I want. Maybe people like what he has to say. I just don't feel like he was saying anything that I wanted to hear, like the standards. We're trying to increase and raise the standards. Maybe I just totally glazed over it and got angry towards the end, and maybe my anger. I'm not angry, but yeah, it's probably what I expected, to be honest. But yeah, I don't mind doing this type of stuff. I mean, there was another thing that I wanted to do, but I don't want to drag on this video. I said, so is this the year of Voss the boss? I don't know. You answer me. I don't know. Again, so many player changes, as well as just touched on with Paul the other day and Eddie Corns. There's so many player changes that, look, we could be unpredictable in a good way or a bad way. Or we could just stay the same and go hover along those 8 to 10 wins. interesting one is, does Voss make it to 2027? Does he get a new contract? Does he get a 2 to 3 year contract? Look, if they're going to give him a contract, it has to be 3 years plus. Gives you a bit of belief that he can do it and he can get there. That brings him nearly to 8 year tenure if he gets to 3. That interview was like the Epstein files, mostly redacted. I don't think they asked any questions, but they're tough questions. This is what I mean. Like when you get out into the open, the SENs of the world, even that too, but Channel 7s, the Channel 9s, they ask some of the tough questions that you kind of want to hear. But again, you're probably not going to get what you want out of him. But again, did I expect most of that? Yeah, of course I did. Just some of the Siri. He doesn't know what Siri is. I'm stuck on that. Come on, bro. You know he called it like Siri or like Suri. Bro, you know what it. Don't be capping. Don't be capping. Why are you trying to act for? Don't be trying to act for. But anyway, he's got until the end of this year. Well, into 2026, as I keep saying, and I'm reiterating. I don't want to use the word hope. I want him to prove me wrong. I want him and his players to prove me wrong. That's all I want. Because if they prove me wrong, that means that they've done something good this year. Where do I want to finish? I want to finish like top 6. Can we finish there? I don't know. Again, with all the players and all the changes, and we've just seen a change too. There's going to be a couple of injuries that apparently that's happened at in the match sim, the intra-club match today that they've had. I don't know. I don't have any information at hand, but there's a few posts floating around. Carroll, sorry for that. Carroll, he might have done a hammy. I don't know. So don't take it with a grain of salt. So I'm not sure. But yeah, apparently there's 2 significant injuries. But, geez. Marzi excited for Mania 42. To be honest, no, it's worse than that chat, to be honest. The only reason he was not fired last year was because the club didn't want to be on the hook of a 500k his own. If Carroll is injured, Boyd plays. Yeah, definitely, probably, yeah. We're seeing a few injuries pop up, and that's going to happen. Obviously, there's going to be injuries, probably another couple of injuries or another injury here or there. It happens. It's sport. I expect injuries. You just don't want long-termers. You want little niggles. The Cowan one is... not a bitter pill to swallow, but it's he just can't get that continuity. I feel like he's always getting those soft tissue injuries. So I think it's something that they need to manage him properly. They need to be cautious with him. But again, it's finding the red line of these players, where they tap out, and then their loads and you manage the loads throughout the year. I think that's what we haven't done enough as a club. Again, yeah. And Carlton, don't block it and put blocked or demonetized, and like help a brother out. We all pay our money. I think it's alright content. If you enjoyed the content, let me know. If you don't like the content and the reaction videos, then it is what it is. I'm going to do plenty of more of these throughout the year. There is a Paddy Cribs video that I want to get on before. I think I'll leave that for tomorrow. It's like State of Origin Day 1 or something like that. So we'll get on that tomorrow. Again, we're at 3,666 or 60-something subscribers. Hit the like button. Share this around. Please, I hate asking, but it's free. If you enjoy the content, share it on your stories, share it on your socials, share it to a mate. Say, look at this idiot. He's reacting to Michael Voss being an idiot too. But no, he's not being an idiot. He's just out answering questions. But I like doing this type of stuff. Always wanted to do it. Let's get behind it this year. Try and do more daily content throughout the year as well. As you see, the Jump Punch will be back a couple of weeks. I think we're going to do it right before the start of opening round. So I'll be at open training on the Saturday as well. Some massive things coming this year. I'm excited. I know Rocco's working hard right now. I'll be going over as well to his house soon. So yeah, enjoying it. Loving you guys in the chat as well, live chat, in the comments below. You're killing it. You're doing a massive job. Hit the like button. And yeah, maybe Paul and I will be doing a weekly thing. I'm not too sure around that area yet, but I saw some people did love that as well. TJP, we're coming at you strong this year. You're going to see plenty of me this year. You either love it or you hate it, or you might be in between. Who knows? And anyway, any update? TRW. Again, just working hard on TJP, get everything sorted. And then once we get into the year, we'll be back on Top Rope Wrestling 100% with Andy from Ankle Sore and Bo as well. And it's going to be a massive year, okay? Do you have an update for Bo and Andy? There you go. So, yeah, again, everybody that joined us now and everybody that's joining us later, and you can get all this stuff on Spotify. And if you want to sponsor us, get on board. It's going to be a massive year. And again, shout out to the Sporting Globe. They're back on board. Away days at the Sporting Globe this year again is happening. And the end of year live show. We didn't do a preseason one this year. I know I'm rambling, but we're doing an end of year live show. And it's going to be massive. I don't know if Rocco wanted me to say that, but I don't care. I'm saying it. It's going to be massive towards the end of the year. So, yeah, looking forward to everything. Looking forward to opening round. I'll be there. Got my flights the other day. Seba, Rocco will all be there. So, take care. Love yous and leave yous. And go Blues. Come on, Voss, man.